Hello, everybody. How are you? Good to be here as always. Today is Tuesday, 15th of April. Hope you're having a great day wherever you are. Big thank you to Jane yesterday for Monday Fun Day. Very informative. Always enjoy doing it. Gets us off to a good start for the week in on passive, that's for sure. Eases us in there, doesn't it? Melanie, thank you. Marconi, thank you so much for rejoining the Tea Club. Very, very kind of you. And for everybody else who's in green, thank you as always for your monthly support. I couldn't do what I do without that support. So huge thank yous all around. Okay. As far as the ecosystem is concerned, still waiting on the link to be put up there for the webinar tomorrow. He did say that it would be put either part of the existing pop-up or a new one with the link as well. As far as I know, the times haven't changed, so go and check out the ecosystem for the times in your area, or you can always Google noon New York time, and that will do it for you for wherever you are living. If you can make it live, obviously, please do. There's always information from Ash that you will only hear when you're hearing it live rather than from a recap from myself or other people. So it is very important to listen to him because he's the one who's got the information. Now, talking of him, normally I said yesterday I was going to do Learn and Grow today, but I've postponed that because it would only be one day, because tomorrow I'll do a bit of a warm up before the webinar. So I think I can put that on the back boiler just for now whilst things are moving, and if we need to, we can go back to Learn and Grow. I'll put a tab up in the YouTube channel so it'll be easier accessible, so I don't lose my place. That's for sure. But talking of Ashma Farah, this is why I've headlined this Think. So why have I headlined it Think? Marty gave me the job today of going through over 800 emails for the people who have put suggestions in for various topics, etc., that they would like our CEO to go over tomorrow on the webinar. Now, we don't know what he's going to talk about, and he obviously wanted a bit of a guide of what you people want him to talk about. And the reason I've put Think is because an awful lot, and I mean 90%, if not more, of the questions that were asked in there really have been covered already by our CEO. What's that question? Obviously, pending withdrawals, and when's it going to launch? Now, as far as when's it going to launch is concerned, there's only one person who knows that, and that is our CEO, and he will let us know when we are moving into phase 2. But it's pretty obvious by having these regular meetings now and seeing our CEO, this is very strategical for us getting ready for that next stage. The pending withdrawals scenario, he went over at great length to explain what's happened to that money. Now, I got it. Many of you guys got it out there. And if you didn't understand what's happened to that money, then maybe you should go back and re-listen to our CEO another time. And if you don't get it then, try it another time. And if you are somebody who didn't understand what has happened to that commissions, I will try and explain to it right now. He said that the money from 2 processors has been frozen due to flagging for money laundering, etc. And there is a process that has to go through for that money to be released. The good news is that it hasn't been stolen. It has just been frozen. This means that the right process has to be put in place to recover those funds. And as soon as that money comes back to On Passive, guess what? He will pay out the close to $30 million worth of commissions that is owed to the people who have a positive in their wallet. There has to be the right process for that money to come back to them. It hasn't gone somewhere else. Nobody has taken it, which was one of my concerns. But it does mean that it is being frozen until the company can prove to the two processors that it is legitimate money and all the rest of it. Part and parcel of this is the SEC case. And obviously, when we get the positive resolution to that, that will certainly help to speed up the process of releasing those funds. So for all of you who had posted the request of our CEO going over when are we getting pending withdrawals, the answer is already there, guys. So there's no need to answer it again, because you're just going over something that he explained last week. And he can't do any more than explain where the money is, what's happened to it, and that he will be paying it back as soon as it comes back into the on-passive funds. Questions like, is this going to stop us moving forward? Now, they're good questions. They are legitimate questions. And he actually did say, didn't he, this won't stop us moving forward, the payout of pending withdrawals. It won't stop us moving into the next phase of on passive. This is why I encourage all of you to think before you ask a question. I had to trawl through over 800 emails to try and get some what I call good questions so that we could put them towards our CEO, Ashmi Farah. It was hard. It was hard graft, to be honest, and it was, you know, it was pretty disconcerting to see the same question time and time again, when that question has been answered to us from our CEO. This is why I really believe that we need to think a little bit more about what we are asking. Hang on a second. Our CEO, because it's more important for us to get good information from him. Remember, he did say, let's not keep going backwards, let's move forward. And this is where I believe our questions should be relevant. When I mean relevant, I mean we should be asking questions about what is happening for us all moving forward. Okay. And whatever that question comes into your mind should be the one that you are posted, or you should have posted to our CEO. I think that it's all closed now anyway, but for the future, this is what we should be thinking about, is how is the new version of the company, how is this going to, what's it going to look like, how is it going to be, is it going to be completely product based? You know, questions like this definitely are good questions, so that it will give us more of an insight into what to expect. Because at the end of the day, that's what we all want. We want to have a little bit of an insight, don't we, of what the new business is going to look like. There's no point in going over the old ground time and time again of something that we've already know the answer to. Is it frustrating? Yes, it is. Of course it is. But we have to go through the process. And even though people are hurting and they need that money of the pending withdrawals, it's not going to change the outcome of what has happened. And what has happened really has been told. So we have to just go through the process. I also encourage you to think a little bit about, are you prepared for the future? Have you got everything ready that you need to? Because the strategy of what our CEO at the moment is pushing out really points towards things are happening. I think that things are going to be moving very shortly. Otherwise, there's no point in him being as proactive as he is at the moment if there's not going to be an end result. It makes no sense. So, what that timeline is, I don't know, but it certainly points to me that if he wants to be proactive with us, with answering questions, giving us snippets, letting us know little bits at a time, this all points to me that, we are moving. And that's what we all want at the end of the day. We've complained for over 6 months now that we haven't seen hardly anything of our CEO. And the minute we start seeing a lot of him, people are again getting frustrated because they're not hearing the right thing that they want him to be saying. So, we have to be very mindful that there is a process there. We have to be very mindful of the strategical things that he's allowed to say, the things he's not allowed to say. And many of the things that you are thinking will be able to be divulged when he's allowed to. He has to be very careful with some of the terminologies that he's using. Why? Because there is legal boundaries that he has to adhere to that he can't cross. Why? Because things are ongoing still. Lines haven't just been drawn in the sand. There is process that we still have to adhere to. Otherwise, it could get him and the company into pretty hot water. So again, I ask you please to think before you start asking questions of things that have already been answered. And if it hasn't been answered to your satisfaction, then maybe the answer is to re-listen to something once again. So I thought I'd just bring that to the table. I'm not lecturing anybody, by the way. I'm just giving you my advice that the answers sometimes are there in front of you as long as you are prepared to listen. And that's why I said last week, let's go to the webinar with our ears open and listen to what he has to say rather than listening for something you want him to say. So really is a bit like that, isn't it? Colonel Daniel Lee, thank you for your super sticker. As Jean Oliva has said, what does she say? She said, we learn more from listening than we do from talking. I think that's what she said, didn't she? Let's have a look. We learn from listening than talking for sure. Absolutely, we do. But I'm very, very excited to have him around again. It's always nice to see him. It lifts us all. He is our captain at the end of the day, and all the ship's mates, which we are part of, look towards their captain for guidance within what is happening. And that's exactly where I think we should be with him. We should look to him for the guidance of what is happening in the future, where we're going, what this next part of the business is going to look like. And we really need to be thankful and happy that we are seeing him on such a regular basis. And I'm very, very happy that we haven't even had to wait a week, have we, until the next one. Talking of that, then, it's obviously on tomorrow, 12 noon. I will do a recap on Thursday, and then Friday we will have a normal Q&A as normally is scheduled. Obviously, if things change, I will let you know. But if something gets in the way and I can't do it, I will move the Q&A to Saturday instead. Again, I'm here to answer questions for you to the best of my ability. Have a little bit of a think about asking questions that you think will be relevant, that you think will help other people to understand a little bit more, rather than the same old questions. Okay, guys, that's it from me for today. Very short and sweet. I'll be back in tomorrow just before we go live, just to bring you up to date with anything if I need to. But apart from that, you guys have a great day wherever you are, and I'll see you all tomorrow. That's it from me. Bye for now.